Let's talk Jahkeem Stewart, because that was pretty much the big news of the weekend. The number one player in the 2026 class reclassifies up to the 2025 class. So he is now ranked as the number 14. So he goes from number 1 in 2026 to number 14 overall in 2025. Still a 5-star, still one of the best in America. So Steve, this leads me to ask you, how much time is left in this recruitment?
Well, he's going to enroll early and announce his commitment in December, probably during the early signing period that begins on December 4th. And he's locked in 4 official visits beginning this weekend with a return trip to Oregon for the Ohio State game. Ohio State and Oregon are 2 of his finalists. LSU and USC are the other 2 finalists for him. He's going to be at the LSU-Alabama game. He's already been to 1 LSU game this fall, also camped at LSU during the summer. He's going to be at the USC-Nebraska game. He's been to Southern Cal several times. He also camped there in the summer with Coach Henderson and company. And then Ohio State's going to get the last visit for the Michigan game. He talked about Larry Johnson being the best defensive line coach in the country. These games are going to be pivotal. He wants to see how these teams play in some of the biggest games on their schedule, how they respond in those environments, how they're prepared. Now, when you start trying to gather intel and buzz around Jahkeem Stewart's recruitment, there's a lot of people in Louisiana and around the Tigers program that ultimately think LSU wins out. But when you talk to people in the Jahkeem Stewart camp, there have definitely been times where Ohio State's been considered the leader and USC's been considered the leader. I think there's some fluidity to this recruitment. We'll see what kind of move the Ducks make this weekend. He's called Dan Lanning a defensive mastermind. If they can beat Ohio State on Saturday, that could have huge ramifications in the recruitment of Jahkeem Stewart. If you're asking me today who I would give the edge to, my educated guess would be that I think ultimately I would probably point towards LSU. But again, I think Ohio State's led. I think USC is led. I think he's open to leaving the state. I think it's going to be an exciting finish for Jahkeem Stewart. These games are going to matter, and he's getting a chance to see Ohio State play twice, a massive road game and then a massive home game to end the regular season. So it's going to be an exciting finish for Jahkeem Stewart, who is enrolling early at the school of his choice.
Yeah, you're right. Ohio State actually going to have an opportunity to prove themselves twice because they are playing at Oregon. Now, of course, that game's in Eugene. They're not going to get to host Jahkeem Stewart on that visit, but they will get to watch that defense. So we'll see what happens. Jahkeem Stewart only has about 8, 9, maybe 10 weeks before he makes a decision. So this thing's going to come fast and furious. You guys, let us know, comment section below. How do you guys see this Jahkeem Stewart recruitment playing out? Let us know, comment section below.